Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Truth Carpet. You are back with your best friend duo, Love Loud. It is me, Moni, and as always, I am with my bestie. What's your name?
Yaskis, but
Period.
I'm also known as Unique Love. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
How y'all doing? We are back with another one, all up in your ears. You feel me? Back with another epi. About to have a lot of FU in my friends. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go ahead. Let's just jump into it real quick. I got to check it in real quick before we run down into what we got going on for today. So, hey, baby boo, let me know what you been up to. Highlight from the past week, boo. What's good?
Oh my God, I went to Pilates yesterday.
Yes, please.
So if you follow my Instagram stories, sometimes I'll post my reformer because I do have my own reformer at home. But I've been seeing different Pilates studios popping up, especially black owned ones. So um I tried this Pilates studio that's in Jersey City. It's called Cornerstone Pilates. And it's so cute in there. The Pilates reformers are the same color as mine. It's like a beigeish pink color. And then it's very calming. They got the mirror, so it's very cute. Yesterday was my second class with them, and the class was nice. Like some of the exercises were a little tough. It was a sculpt class, but it felt like easy going. But the funny thing with me is a lot of times I don't feel the quote unquote pain, or like I don't feel like my body felt anything after the class. For me, I feel it within 20, maybe 16 or 20 hours. So right now I'm like, oh snap, those lunges really did
Yeah.
work. Like, oh my God. Like I knew it was hard, like standing on top of the box and pushing the reformer bed back and stuff, whatever. But baby, my legs are like, thank you for taking me to Pilates yesterday. So yeah, that was really good. And then just trying to balance, making sure I drink enough water, get enough sleep. Happy that the sun is out longer during the day. It does something for me. It makes me feel happier. Yeah, just that's pretty much it. What I've been up to. I feel like it's just regular work, come home, clean up, talk to some people, talk to myself. Yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. Just also trying to figure out some fun things to do, like we shared with Nadi last episode, hanging out with our friends in the Kiss group. That's really fun. So also looking forward to doing some more things with friends, whether it's in a group, whether it's just one on one, whether it's solo dates. Trying to enjoy life, and like I said with Nadi too, not just working and resting, but working, having fun, resting, all of those things, making life enjoyable.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
it.
that's pretty much it. What about you, friend?
It's so funny. I went to Pilates yesterday too and did a sculpt class, cardio sculpts. I have learned that cardio scopes, that's my jam right there. That's my number one. Every time I can get into that class, that's where I'm going. I felt every
Yes.
little bit all up in the body. My arms hurt today. You said your legs, mine is my arms. Like the way I was working them arms, little pulse with the oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. My arms are on fire. And I'm still gonna do another workout again today, at home workout, and probably get a run in because it's beautiful outside. Yes. But yeah, I was like, and then you let me know there was National Pilates Day. I had no idea that was yesterday. So I was like, look at me up early on a Saturday, getting my Pilates in. But I have
Mm-hmm.
to say, at my highlight, I had my first event at my home yesterday. It was so nice. Now, mind you, I've been in my place a little over a year now, and I've never had a group of people over. Usually it's just like one person
Uh-huh.
over to spend time with me. But I did say that one thing that I wanted to do is to, like, spend more time around the people that, give me, the positive energy that I need in my life. So it was fun. It was called Task and Tell. And the first hour or so was actually people coming in being productive, doing a task that they may have been putting off for a while. So some people came in, they journaled. I had one friend finish an arts and craft project. I had one friend create a family calendar. I was deleting emails. I worked on a logo, the shirt for our cousin's trip. Like it was nice. It was very productive. The vibe was right. One of my friends surprised me with this big ass charcuterie board. I was like, girl, thank you. Coming through with the goodie vibes. I made turkey burger slider, a buffalo chicken dip. I had a fruit platter. Like it was nice. It was really really nice. And then the next couple of hours was people presenting, telling things about themselves, what they do for work, what they enjoy, their current obsessions, like giving recommendations to things that we may like. It was
Hmm.
really nice, and it ended up turned into a very informed session and a great way to like get to know people. So I was like, I'm glad that I did it. It was a lot of fun. I definitely intend to have more events at my house. I did
Yeah,
not intend for it to last as long as it did, but once people started talking and vibing, it was literally a vibe. It was literally a vibe. It was only supposed to be about a couple of hours. It ended up being like 6. So it was
that's good.
nice. It was really really nice. Next time, girl, you gotta come through. You gotta beat her.
Yes. I would love to be there, but I'm glad that you were able to host that. It's something that you've been talking about, wanting to do something in your home and something that was productive, something that is productive at this time of life. Hanging out with friends isn't always brunching and turking and all that stuff at this age anymore. So I don't even know if it's an age thing. I wonder if it's a time period
Hmm.
thing, the phase of life that we're all in and not just this age bracket. But yeah, I'm glad that you were able to do that. That sounds fun. And I would love to make it another time.
Yeah, it definitely made me start thinking about like the other types of events that I want to have. Because part of my presentation, my current obsession is just thinking of ways I can be more intentional with how I spend time with my people. So just not doing like a copy and paste type thing, like doing the same old things all the time, like meeting up, going to a bar, da da da. Like just actually like finding fun and new things to do to discover together, or just finding new ways to like have fun,
Yeah.
especially things that we've never done before, or trying old things but doing them in a new creative way. Like that's like my current obsession right now, just figuring out how to like mix it up, remix it a little bit. So I have a couple ideas up my sleeve, so look for the invite. It's gonna be coming your way pretty soon. Yes. So before I run it down real quick, let's what is your current mood? See if you can describe your current mood in one word. Your face.
My current mood, easygoing is the what I can think of.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that easygoing. I would put mine under, I would say, I guess bliss, kind of like a cloud 9 vibe. Like I'm happy, cool, calm, collected. Like just I'm really going with the flow right now. The vibes are positive. Life is doing what it's doing, but at the end of the day, I got a smile on my face, and that's what matters.
Put a smile on your face to make the world a better place.
Period. All right, so in this quick little episode that we got for y'all, we're gonna run it down real quick. First up, we're gonna have a little icebreaker. Are you that friend? Yaya and I are gonna be asking one another, are you the friend that does this? Are you the friend that does that? Who's most likely to do this? Who's most likely to do that? Get into it. And then for this mini cap episode, we are going to be discussing intentionalities behind friendship, how we maintain friendships. Do we assume that our friends are okay? How often do we actually check in to see, hey boo, how you really do? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the episode, and thank y'all for watching, because I told y'all the season is gonna look, it's gonna feel a little different, and then today is just a little mini hot topic, little epi. Hope y'all enjoy.
It's time to break the ice on the mic. Okay, y'all, we're in our icebreaker segment now, and it's just Moni and I today. The question that we have is, are you that friend? So, a lot of people have group chats, right? Or I can't even say or, because I'm sure whatever groups you have of friends, there's a chat for that, whether it's your work friends, whether it's your college friends, whether it's your we met in the park on this day friends. There's a lot of group chats. In your group chat, what kind of friend are you? Which role do you play?
To be honest, I do not like group chats. Group chats overwhelm me. I'm most likely one of the people that's coming in to be like, I might pop in here and there. I most likely will react to something before I respond to something, because I'm also the person that responds in my head and forgets to actually respond in real life. And I'll be like,
Mm.
"Dang, I definitely thought I responded to y'all. My bad. I looked at it at the wrong time. I should have waited until after I was done what I was doing, opposed to looking. I shouldn't have opened it yet. Whoops."
Oh,
So yeah, Group chats, depending on especially how much people are actually talking and chit chatting and going at it. Sometimes I might not even respond. I got to take time to actually go through the message. I'm like, all right, what's important for me to respond to? What can I skip over, glaze over? What do I need to respond to? Or what could I just react to? Oh, I love that. Congratulations.
Oh my God. So you can have some input.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm the one that pops in and out every now and again. That's me. I'm not necessarily a ghost in the chat, but I'm also not. I wouldn't say I'm extremely active because I'm definitely not even the person that usually starts the chat. It's very seldom that I'm the person that comes in. I'm like, hey y'all, what's up? I'm not that person.
For me, it depends on what the group chat is. So I enjoy group chats because I think the CAU one started because we had it felt like I was having the same conversation with different people. And I'm like, yo, can we just all be one chat together? Because I'm having this conversation with Courtney and I'm having it with Moni and Kia and then Priscilla on the side too. It's like, for me, that's overwhelming. Having separate conversation, the same conversation with different text threads. Like, why can't we just all be together and we all know each other? So let's make this work. Family chats, most of them are muted because, like, I don't really want to talk to. Like, it's just that's for me too overwhelming. And then the time of day when people are chatting, which is why I like the feature on the iPhone. I don't know if the other phones have it where you can, if I open it and I'm like, I don't want to respond now, this is too much for me, then you can mark it as unread. So then for me, I remember to come back to it later. But in the group chats that I actually enjoy talking in, I am the conversation starter and I am the reactor. I tend to go into the chat, hey, I hope y'all having a good day. Even if I don't have anything else to say, I'm that person that likes to check in with everybody. And I like to react to things too, especially for our friends who have babies or have things that's going on. I love when they share pictures of their children, let us know updates about themselves too, career wise, relationship wise, sending funny gifts or gifs, whatever it's called. I like to react to those things. So I like to be in the mix of those things. But I do understand it can get overwhelming, especially if you're having a busy day
Mhm.
and all of us are not on the same time zone too. So the time of what's going on and how active the chat is can be overwhelming at times, but it's not always like that. So I don't tend to be overwhelmed with the group chats that I'm in.
Yeah, it could. Man, work group chat, family group chat. Then I got the cousin group chat, but then it's like dad and sisters group chat. Then it's like me and that person group chat. This group of friend group chat. I'd be like, I'm tired of the group chat. So I'm tired of the group chat.
Oh my God. Uh who's more likely to cancel at the last minute? Do
You.
you have anybody in that group chat? Well, this is between me and you.
I mean,
But has that really happened though? When did I cancel last minute on you?
you would cancel the day of. Hey, Moni, I'm not feeling well. Hey, Moni, I'm tired. Hey, Moni.
But when have I done that?
I can't think of anything as of late because we haven't had anything planned. But let me think.
Hey, Moni,
To
I'm canceling on you.
that event that we went to back in October, you didn't go to day two because you were tired. Um,
Yeah, I be tired.
but then I
And
can
then too.
dig. I'm like, y'all probably gonna be like, nah, she can't. She gonna tell me that she not gonna come. And then it'll come the next day. You be like, I'll be like, I knew it.
Oh yeah. Well, the last thing I could think of that you called me was trying to go to the strip club. I was like, yeah. Oh, and then going to one of our friends' birthday thing. I was like, after I come from my family's thing, it's gonna be too late to be going all the way to Queens, so I can't make that. Yeah, I'm pretty much the person that I now I won't say like, oh, I'm gonna definitely do this, but I would say I'm gonna think about it or I'm thinking about doing something opposed to making actual plans to have brunch or do this thing. Unless I'm sick or like I'm totally exhausted, I don't cancel on people. I'm not that kind of person. That's why I was asking, can you tell me a time that I did that? Because I don't think of myself as a canceling. Huh?
Culture Con. That was the time.
But yeah, and I knew I had work the next day. So I was like, yeah, I'm super tired. Yeah, that definitely happened, Culture Con. Who's the call me right now friend? That's you.
That is me. Or I'll just call.
Yeah, whether it's like If you think that something is going on with the person, then you'll call them to check in, see if everything is okay. Or if you're going through something, then you'll keep calling because you need to talk with somebody.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I
Somebody,
love,
I go to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. Somebody gonna hear me talk about this.
yeah, I'm a hermit person. I may call my core person or persons, but if I know they're busy based off of me knowing what their schedule is for that day, or if I try to call and they don't respond, then I'll just go into my shell. I'm not the call me right now type of person.
I gotta go down the list. Depending on what it is, I gotta go down the list. It'd be like my mom, my sister, yeah, next sister, cause dad. Somebody gonna answer the phone.
Yeah,
And then once I think about it, then it's like, all right, I'm good now. They're like, hey, did you need something? No, I'm good. I already talked to dad. It's okay.
I do go through that cycle in my head, but I'm just like I don't know why. I feel like I don't want to bother anybody. And then sometimes by the time the person calls me back, it's like it's for me. It's not like, oh, I already talked to this person. For me, a lot of times is I'm not in a space to even talk about it anymore. So I'm very careful if I give a warning, like, oh, Moni, call me. I need to talk about this person that's getting on my nerves. Then I know when Moni calls me, I have to be prepared to do that. So sometimes I don't give that warning. I'll just call, and then if they call me back, then I'll just change. Like I may have called you because I'm freaking out about something, but by the time you called me, I already rationalized it, or I feel embarrassed to even talk about it. So I'm like, I just called to see what you're doing today, but that's not really why I called. So that's just how I am. I mean, because sometimes it's like triggering. Like I might be calling because I'm very frustrated, and then I'm in a store right now, or I cried enough and I don't want to cry anymore, so I'm changing the topic for my own emotional protection, which is not always great, but that's how I am.
Yeah, but why not just say, I did call you to talk about it. I just don't need to talk about it anymore, opposed to changing the entire subject.
Because honestly, sometimes what happens is I do still bring it up later. Like recently, I was upset about something, and my we were around family, and I'm like, I can't bring it up around family and at a baby birthday party. That's not the right place to bring it up. So I was like, my person on that day was my mom. I think I actually sent you a voice note earlier in the day, but I was like, this kind of conversation, I need somebody there, and the person I knew would be there was my mom. So I was like, "Oh, mom, you going to tour it later? Can I ride with you?" I didn't warn her what I wanted to talk about, but that was my way of like making sure we're together. But then my nephews decided to come along. They wanted to come too. I'm like, oh my God. So then we're in my mom's living room, and I'm like, what can I do? I can't bring this up in front of the babies, but well, they're not babies anymore. I still call them babies. I don't want to bring this up in front of them, but I need to have this. I need to talk about this today. I really need to get this up. So when my mom went upstairs, I was like, I'll be right back, guys. And I went upstairs to talk to my mom, and I was able to get it out. So even though it doesn't happen all the time on a specific day or in the moment, I need to talk about something when I am ready to talk about something. But if it's a friend, on the other hand, I'm that person that's open to receive. There are some times where work is too much, like dealing with clients, the things that they go through, the things that they make me feel. I will let you know, like, I'm listening, but I don't have the capacity to respond right now because today was a rough day. But if you need a friend with ears, I'm listening.
No, absolutely. I'm the same way. Like, especially like depending on my days, if I'm drained, I'll just be like, are you like? Even my sister texted me yesterday. Are you free to talk? I was free to talk, and I appreciate her asking me like, do you want to talk right now? So I just, I called her. But like, there are days where I'll be like, I honestly, I'm too tired. I don't have the capacity to talk or listen. I will call you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's how it is.
After a certain time of day, Simone not gonna respond anyway. My phone is on do not disturb.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's all the questions that I have for excuse me for our icebreaker segment. Okay. So, what's something, guys? If you're listening, if you want to drop something in our comment section or whatever the case may be, let us know which friend you are. Are you the planner? Are you the ghoster? Are you a reactor? Are you a conversation starter? Do you cancel things last minute? Are you hard to plan with, like Moni? Oh my God, her calendar is always booked. Moni and Llama Day. I love spending time with them so much. Like I can even just be around them and sit on their couches and just it's a lovely time for them. But it's hard to schedule because they're always booked with things. So meanwhile, while I'm the person that's tired and have to cancel, it's hard to plan something on the calendar with them. So which one are you? Are you the canceler? Are you the hard to schedule friend? Are you the call me right now friend? Are you the hermit friend? Which one are you? Let us know.
I'm also the planner. I hate being the planner sometimes.
Yeah,
I like to sit back and be like, take my monies. What time I need to be there? Shoot. Occasionally, I have no choice, but it is what it is.
it is what it is, y'all. All right, let's move on.
All right, period. So, all jokes aside, we're now going to talk about the last time we actually checked in on our friendships. For real, for real.
Okay. And with that said, let's jump into our next topic, which is hot topics. Okay, y'all. So for this hot topic segment, we are talking about friendship checkups. Are we really good?
Are we?
Are we really good? That can mean so many different things, right? Even the tone that I just said it in is like, are we even still friends? That's what I feel like. If I was a listener, that's what I would get from that. But this can mean different things, right? So our core question is, are we being intentional about maintaining our friendships or just assuming they are fine? So let's jump into this topic, Moni, okay?
Okay.
Well, when was the last time you checked in on a friend beyond just are you good or hey, have a good day? Like,
It honestly has been a while. I cannot tell you within the past month or so the last time I like actually intentionally checked in just to make sure somebody, was good on all levels, not just based on how they seemed, how they were in an actual text message. Mind
yeah,
I used to be the friend. I used to not be much of a texter. I used to be the person to call. Hey, I'm calling to check in. Like I used to call my friends all the time just to talk, just to hear your voice, whether it was for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whether we end up chatting for an hour. That used to be me. But then as life continued to go on and things happen, I just haven't had the capacity to call as much as I would used to. Because
hmm
I would even make it intentional just to, if you only hear from me when I call you on your birthday to leave you a message, that's what it started to turn into. But I think now it's just become, I'm not going to say harder. I just haven't been as intentional as I would like, and I think it has partially has to do with my schedule and my well being and where my mind be at, and just trying to keep up with different things and trying to combine everything all together. Like, damn, I can't check on everybody all the time.
yeah,
But I think it is important to make sure that I do, find some time to just be intentional about, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Because even though I can't remember the last time I have done it, I know I've done it within the past few months. Like, hey, just thinking about you, you are on my mind. I hope all is well. Like something like that. And with the hopes that I would, get an honest response. But other than
yeah.
honestly can't remember like a specific time that I, had that intentional outreach.
I had the same response of actually checking in and making it a conversation. I do know a couple of weeks ago, I texted my aunt saying that I was thinking of her and was hoping that everything was okay. Just the response from her was just like, "Yeah, thanks for checking on me. I hope your day is going as beautiful as you are." So it felt good to like actually do it because what I've been going through now is two things. One is a lot of the check-ins are stuck just in my mind. Like I've been wanting to check in on what I would say would be my strong friends, like one of my brothers and one of my favorite cousins. Like they present as strong, like perfect, like their lives are so great, but nobody's life is like that. So like in my head, I just want to call and say, "Hey, I'm just thinking of you. How's everything going?" I don't want that basic "I'm okay" or "everything's great" response. Like just I want them to know that they can talk to me and that I care about them. But it's just been stuck in my mind because I don't know why I can't just like why I haven't. It's not that I can't. Why I haven't just said, I'm thinking of you. Like the same way I text my aunt. Why don't I text that or call and start and spark the conversation? And then the second thing is that typically is me, the person that would send a random text message. A lot of times when I know people are going through things, like friends who are going through things that it may look perfect to everyone else, but I know that they're going through something in their relationship, or I know that they have this goal for work, or whatever the case may be. So after those conversations, it's easier for me to, hey, I know your goal is to do such and such by this month. I'm just checking in since that conversation to see how you're holding up or how things are going. I'm also that person, hey, it's been a while, just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Da, 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 da. But honestly, well, sometime last year that this is kind of sad to say, I figure I don't want to be that person anymore because I don't really have anybody doing that for me. Like I think I understand that everyone's different. Not everybody feels comfortable with reaching out. I just explained that as me for certain people. But it really comes to a point where me being the extender feels drained. Like, why am I always texting, sparking conversation in this group chat? Why am I always asking about how your family is doing, how your relationship is doing? Do you even know I'm in a relationship and I consider you as a friend? Not saying that that takes away from our friendship, but damn, sometimes it gets tiring being a person that sparks anything. Like, if I was to fall back, what would this relationship look like? What would this friendship look like? It's the same thing that, like, thinking about a dating relationship. If I wasn't like, you could have conversations with your homegirls, homeboys all the time, and they be like, "Oh, if they don't text you first, sometimes, or if they don't make an effort, then what do you really have?" So in my friendships, if I'm always the person that's saying "Good morning, have a good day," or "I hope everything is going well," or "Let's link up," or whatever the case may be, and you're not reciprocating that, but
Yeah,
especially if I see you doing with other people, that hurts. That's not
absolutely.
cool. That's how I feel. I took that beyond the question. Um, but I also wanted to explain what makes it difficult for me in this point in life.
Yeah, for sure. No, that definitely makes sense because it also depends on like the um dang, I can't think the word that I was going to use, but the amount of communication that you have between that person. Like I wouldn't expect somebody that I speak to, maybe we speak every blue moon, like every other month. So it wouldn't be odd for me to like reach out to them, every other month and they reach out to me just to do like a quick check-in, like, hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you. Opposed to somebody like you, and then like it'll be then I would know for sure how to be like, hey, you good? Are you okay? I haven't heard from you. Your text message has been a little short. You give me one word responses. We all right over there? What's up? Like
Mhm.
I think it also just you knowing the type of relationship that you have with the person and like the expectation that you set with how that communication.
Yeah, that's true. But even some people like that like fish me out to be their friends. Oh, I want to be your friend, and it doesn't matter whether it's a work friend or whatever the friend. I'm always that person, no matter what relationship is friend. We met in college, we met since childhood. You used to want to be my friend, or we live close, we live far. That's just me. And I'm just pulling back. That's just what I see myself doing. Like I'll think a lot of times, oh, I should text this person, and then I just don't do it. I'm not that person to do it anymore. Okay. Do you think adult friendships require more effort than we expect?
I think so, to a certain extent, because I think we have an understanding that we are adults now and we are a lot busier and we don't have a lot more free time as we used to. It used to be as easy as, hey, I ain't doing nothing right now. You ain't doing right now. Let's meet up. Want to go to lunch? Period. Let's go. It's not that easy to plan time as intentional as we may want to be to spend that time. Things happen, life happens, and we have to plan around that. So I do think it does take definitely a lot more effort um than we expected because we also didn't know what life was going to look like. We probably was like, okay, this is still my friend. I still have the ability to hang out, But even with moving here, I would have thought that I would be spending more time with you, even though we're not that far apart. Like we're closer together than we ever were for the past few years than, when I was back in California. It takes a lot more effort than we would have expected, especially with the way time goes and, with work and school and other ambitions and the time that's spent with family and just other activities and things that we have going on.
Yeah.
It's important to be intentional about spending that time, especially with the people that you consider important to you. So, yeah.
This sounds goofy, but I'm trying to make sense in my head. When with the word effort, does that mean it's taking more work than we expected?
That's what I heard. Like it takes more time to like plan and to do things and to find time. It does take more effort, or if you want to call it work.
I'm struggling with my response because I want to say no. That's where my mind is going. Require more work. I would say no. It's just with when we were in college, we were all in the same phase of life. When we were in middle school, high school, like all those things, we were all in the same phase of life. We all pretty much had the same responsibilities and things like that. And then we bloomed into where we are now, which is having jobs, having families, balancing hobbies and things like that. Our calendars are full. There was this post this lady created with all the hours of the day, right? And then she said, I cut off the time that we spend at work if you work a 9 to 5. So she cut off 9 to 5. And then she said, okay, this is the time that you have left. But then what about the time that you're sleeping? Let's snip that out. What about the time you're commuting? Like all that, you only had 2 hours to yourself. So I remember in my 20s, a lot of people would link up during lunch breaks or after work to do things together. But I was always the oddball because I worked far. And so when my coworkers would link up, I'm like, I'm trying to commute home, so I'm home by dinner time so I can eat and go to sleep. I don't have time to hang out because then I'll be getting home late and only have time to get in bed and not even shower. So I think it's all as far as like planning. Not that it takes more energy or more effort, but it's a little difficult because we're all not doing the same things. We may not live as close. You may have kids. I don't have kids. For me, I can just get up and go if I do have the energy to do it. Meanwhile, you have to plan for a babysitter or things like that. So I don't think it's harder. I don't think I'm trying to think while I'm explaining.
Harder. It says require more effort.
I, I guess so. It's not as easy going as if we are using the word expected as I thought it would be. Thought that life was going to be sweet and you can hang out and have fun. Just go to work, hang out and have fun. But the chores need to be done. This needs to be done. It's more responsibilities. Trying to schedule, like I said earlier, fit my friend into a schedule. But I also have other friends too. I don't just have one friend. And trying to maintain relationships. I guess the answer is yes. Then
And
yeah.
folks, we got an answer. Oh, but the reality is, it
I mean, because I want to say it's not hard. Like, just pick up the phone, schedule something. But what makes it difficult is, like, yeah, I am free on Saturday, but I had a long work week and I'm tired. Like, I did plan to hang out with you. Like for example, I did want to come to your event that you had at your house, but it was trying to also schedule the movie date with the other girls too that we were already talking about before I got the invitation. And then also, what did I do yesterday? I went to Pilates, then I got my nails done. I was planning to come, but then I remember in my mind, oh, by the time I finish everything, she's gonna be going with Katrina because she told me she was gonna do this after. And then I felt fatigued as heck. I don't know if it's my allergies or if I'm not hydrated enough or what's going on. So I was like, I'm glad I didn't stamp this as a definite yes, but I left it as a I want to possibility because I did not have it in me to do anything after I got my nails done yesterday. And I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to go to get a wig. I wanted like it's so many things that I wanted to do, but I did not have that energy. So I think it's easy to plan, but as far as like the things that come with life, it's just harder. I don't think it takes more energy, but it's just harder.
Yeah, I think that's why when it comes to planning, I don't like cancellations don't bother me. Life happens. If you can't make it, you can't make it. If you make it, you make it. We'll love to see you there. I think I've just created this attitude just around who's ever there is there, we're gonna have a great time. Whether it's one people, two or six, it doesn't really matter to me. If you're able to make it, we'll have a great time. Whoever that may be. Like at this point in life, just like enjoy life for what it is. It's not about what did I tell you the other day? The quality over the quantity. It's not even about the amount of people that are able to be in the space. It's the quality of who's in the space, you know? So
Yeah.
that's the vibes that I'm on. No matter how many events may get planned, it's just kind of like, just go with the flow of it.
I want to feed off of that. So my nephews had a great birthday party. And after the birthday, before they opened the gifts, because when they opened the gifts, they were like, "This is the best day ever." But walking away from the party, I asked them, "Did they have a great birthday party?" And they said, "Yeah, but not really." And I asked why, and they said because two of their friends didn't make it to the birthday party. Well, I talked with them and I said, well, at least all these other people came and we don't know what happened that they couldn't make it. Maybe they didn't have a ride or maybe something happened, but you'll find out on school and you just let them know that they were missed. But it's a good thing that you have fun with your other friends. But that's real because I've experienced that as a young tot as well, and even in my 20s. And that's a lesson that I had to learn. Like, I'll be waiting for this special friend, and you say it's quality over quantity. Sometimes that was one of my closest friends, like that I was expecting to be there, and everyone else came, but this person that I thought was a close friend didn't even text me or nothing. They just either showed up hella late or they didn't show up at all. And that does play into how you feel or how that event may go. But now in life, I haven't really. Well, I did have like my apartment warming, and I did have a birthday. Yes, I guess I am now in the point of I want to I want to do this thing for myself, and these are the people I'm inviting. And whether people show up or not, I've even had things where only my family showed up, no friends, nobody showed up, and it does hurt. But then it's like, I mean, life goes on. I don't know what their situation is or whatever the case may be, and I'm still gonna have a good time. So yeah, my younger me is like, no, like everybody on the guest list. I need everybody on the guest list there.
You know
Yes.
this.
Or like it would kill me like things that cost this person was is never there, but things that's free at my house they would show up, and then now I have to understand funds for everybody is not the same too. Like maybe they're showing up at the free thing because that's what they can afford, something free. Or people that it kills me, I'm always there for things that they have, but then when I have something they can't be there.
Yeah,
But for me that's like a I'm not gonna come to your stuff. Listeners, this may sound petty to y'all, but it's like a friend that doesn't show up. Like if I'm crying, if I'm sad, you're never there. But every time you're crying, you could depend on me to call. So if I'm hosting a birthday party for myself, you're never there. But I see you going to other people's stuff, and I'm always there for your stuff. Nah,
yeah.
that wasn't in the cards, y'all. That just happened. Okay, so between me and Moni, how do we check in on each other when something feels off?
Like there have been times where I literally I have texted and said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I think Yaya probably found it weird and was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, I just want to check, just want to make sure." But then also I would just call. Like if we but I think we also communicate so much. Like if we just have something to say, for the most part, we know what's going on with each other. Whether it's through text, whether it's through voice note. At this point in life, we're communicating.
All the time. I feel like we use each other as our diaries. Like I'd be like, why am I texting Moni that my scalp is itching so much and I'm gonna have to wash my hair later? And sometimes it's to the point where she's talking about her day and I'm just talking about my day, and the only thing we just like send a little sticker or something to respond to each other. It's like it's giving.
It's a different conversation. Did I even respond to what she said? I listened to I'm telling you, it's like listening to a podcast. Wait, let me rewind that. What'd she say? And
And
then
you have to listen because the transcript doesn't match all the time.
it doesn't.
Like you'd be like, ha ha. And I'm like, no, she must have said yeah, yeah. She ain't say no ha ha.
And the crazy part is I've started doing what you started doing for me is like as I'm listening, I just respond. What?
Yes.
I would never. That couldn't be me. Okay, let me listen to the next part. I can't believe you did that. Oh, I should have kept listening. Okay, you answered that question.
Yes, that's how it is. Oh my God.
She enjoy responding that way. I'm responding in real time as I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't
But I tend to give like, well, I'm thinking about you, Taylor, and Lamade. I tend to give the warning, still listening, but or I'm responding while I'm listening, so then you know not to respond yet. Then I'll say, okay, I'm done listening now. Oh my God, it's so funny. How do I check in with you? it goes back to later, like when I know something's going on. A lot of times I don't say like, so how's that project that you're working on, or how's your relationship with this? I guess I just like try to. I don't know. That's hard for me to answer. It's like writing an essay about myself, like in middle school. How do I check in with Moni? I really don't know. Do you feel like I check in with you? I feel like I do, but I don't know.
That is a good question.
Help me be a better friend.
I honestly, I feel like it probably just flows in. Like when I'm talking about something, you'll ask me about it. But I don't. I think it's been a while since we've been, because we communicate so much. It's been a while since we've had to be like, "Hey, just checking in. Are you okay?"
I think the thing that I'm thinking about is that one time when we had to cry on your apartment floor, and sometimes I think you are one of my strong friends that like you, except for when it's school stuff. Like I always know you're open to talk to me about school stuff, but when it comes to your dating relationships or when it comes to family, like you just try to like hold that onto those things. So for me, I've learned to press the issue. And it doesn't always feel comfortable doing that, but I feel like that's something that I have to do with you because you present as if things are well in those departments, and a lot of times they are. I'm not saying that she's struggling, y'all, but when she is going through something, like everyone knows that you're in New York, you're not close to your family, and you're like me. You love to spend time with your family, and sometimes you can't always be there because it's expensive as hell and they're far as hell. Um, so like sometimes I'll leave it alone because I don't want to trigger you, but sometimes I know like I try to read off of your energy. If I feel like you're holding back, I'll try to press it. But if I feel like you may not want to talk about it, then it's just a reading gauge that I have.
See, you had to think about.
Yeah, yeah. But I think when I was trying to think of how I check it, I'm thinking still on a phone,
Yeah.
text messages, the group chats. But I guess it's pretty much like I guess when you do open up, I'll ask more questions. That's how I check in. I won't randomly just send you a survey of how's your family and how's your boyfriend and how's your grandma and how's your dog and how's your fish. Like I'm not gonna do that. But if I remember we had a conversation, a lot of times, which I think you do for me too. Like if I tell you something's going on, or I'm going to talk to this person about that. You're not going to in 24 hours say, "Did you talk to this person?" But you'll like in my text message, I'll mention a person, and then I'll say something. You like, so did y'all talk? That's how I am too, because I try to like give space. I'm not trying to come down your throat with anything.
What's something we've learned about maintaining our friendship over time?
I feel like our relationship changes.
Yeah.
Initially, after well, in college, it was super easy because we were roommates, liked the same things. We clicked with the same groups of people. That's made it easy for us because we had the step team. Outside of the step team, we liked the same people for most of the was for the most part. And then after college, it was the emails with the poetry and talking on the phone here or there. I think we've shared with the podcast before that there was a time where both of us, we didn't talk about it, but both of us were nervous. Is our friendship dwindling? Is it like what's going on? But I think with time we've been able to transform and morph into whatever's going on in life. Like now we talk about the difficulty in us hanging out. And I felt the same way. Like, oh yes, Moni's gonna be living closer. That's gonna be easy. But I didn't think I still got work. She works. I have a 9 to 5. She has a 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Then she's in school, and then I have this, and then we're trying to date. You know, we want to have our dating lives. We want to be moms someday. Like we want to have those things, so we have to work on those as well. Or I can't always commute to her. She can't always commute to us. Trying to figure out how often we would like to see each other and what that will look like for us. We can't see each other every month, but maybe every other month. That's what we're working on now. Every other month, having a date with each other. And, yeah, and then thank God for whoever created voice notes because sometimes reading text messages, like after you're reading progress notes or reading kids' paperwork that they turn into you, do I really want to read another essay about what happened? Or I can't call because when I'm free, she's not free. So we send each other voice notes. I don't know. What do you want to share, Moni, with the people of our friendship?
No, I agree. Like I yes, it does change over time, but I also feel like there's beauty in like what we've been able to learn over time and how we've been able to like adjust and just continue to be friends. I feel like just thinking about friendships that I've had that haven't lasted and reflecting on our friendship and understanding like why it's lasted and understanding and having hard conversations and having moments where we didn't talk to each other and then coming back and then settling it and understanding how to move forward and being intentional with how we speak to one another, how often we speak to one another, and just like seeing each other through the times. Okay,
Yeah,
like, through all of the time. I think it's just a matter of like continuing to understand one another, where we are, and who we want to be, and helping pushing each other in that direction and reminding each other of like our purpose and what we want to do and being there for one another. I can't remember a time where I've ever been jealous of you ever for what I've
hmm
never had that, and I don't see that ever happening for any reason. So I feel like even that aspect of our friendship has always been a matter of like, positive energy and pushing each other forward, motivating one another. So
yeah.
yeah.
I feel the same way, friend. Like I, I'm thinking of you and Lamade again, and Ronald. As far as like friends, things that you guys have that's so great in your life, I've never been jealous. I've, if anything, been inspired to level up myself or to try things out myself. As far as the amount of, but all three of you guys travel so much, and I love that the relationships that you guys have with other people, the careers that you guys have, how one of my friends are a doctor. Now I'm about to have two friends that are, well, as far as the people that I name, because I have several friends. Shout out to Dr. PC. You a doctor? Yes, yes, all that. But I'm thinking about Ronald. Dr. Ron, and now I'm about to be Dr. Moni. So those aren't things that I'm jealous about. It's things like you have conversations with your friends, and they talk about the things that they want for themselves in their life and what they're going to do, and it just either you're that friend to remind them and boost them, and then also look at them like, dang, you did it. Like this was once something that you talked about doing. Like I remember when Priscilla used to floss our teeth, and now she's actually a dentist. Like look at you doing the dang thing. It's not something that I'm like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you got this and that. No, it's like, yeah, I want to be your friend because I like what you got going on, and I want to be, have those types of people around me. But we want to let you all know that this is a moment where you can pause this podcast, pause this episode to really take some time to think, when was the last time you checked on your people, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whoever it is that you call your circle, your inner circle. When's the last time you checked in on them? And if you haven't in a while, why? What's your why?
Whether it's unintentional, life got busy, some things get in the way, and sometimes we don't even realize how long the time has gone by since we've actually intentionally checked in on our folks.
I remember one time we were outside of this poetry event, and I think that's the first time that you met Cloud in person. And he got to see our personalities together because he's seen me a couple of times, but he got to see you and he got to see me. And I think you stepped into the venue and he was like, y'all like the opposite. Like y'all like yin and yang. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. He was like, you mad quiet. And she's just like bubbly and loud. And I don't think relationships need a certain formula. Because I do have friends who match my energy. Like we're very mirrored, and me and you we're mirrored in a lot of ways, but we're different in other ways as well. And what I appreciate about it is when there are events like that, we have a couple songs where we'll try to find each other and do our little dance together. But without that, pretty much Moni is the one that's on the floor, like strangers recording her dancing. And I'm the one that's like bopping my head or going saying, go Moni, like on the sideline. But it takes like in order for me to feel comfortable on the floor, Moni helps to pull that out of me. Or like being out around people, whether it's in the gym, at a function, whatever the case may be, I'm like to myself. And people tend to come to me like, oh, hey, and talk to me or whatever. I don't know what's so welcoming about me. I feel like I'll be looking scary in the corner. But when I'm with Moni, she helps to like make me feel more open because I'm very like shy and timid. And then when it comes to problem solving, like I said earlier, I'm a hermit. But when Moni notices something's wrong, especially if it's dealing with our relationship, she's like, okay, I'll give you one more day. I'll give you another day, but we're not gonna text about this. You're gonna either get on FaceTime or I'm coming to your house or you're gonna come to my house and we're gonna talk about this. Cause I care. I care about our relationship. Meanwhile, I'll just be like, no, I'm just gonna let time pass. I'm gonna let some time pass. I really don't want to talk about this, but I'm just mad at the way that you talk to me sometimes. It just hurt my feelings. I ain't mean to hurt your feelings. Why you ain't say nothing? So I think that's what I wanted to say earlier about like doing better as a friend, like having that friendship. It does help to have those conversations, those hard conversations. Have you ever outgrown a friendship but didn't want to admit it? And is consistency more important than closeness? I would definitely say yes. There are several friendships or acquaintanceships that I've outgrown, and there are two that I didn't want to admit. One, I was forced to admit it because just like some inappropriate things happen with the friend that are not morals that I have. With like disrespecting another person's relationship or another person's marriage, and you're saying flirtatious things to their spouse. That's not how I get down, and I don't want to be associated with that. Um, but I know held on to that relationship because there were concerns of that person, quote unquote, not having friends, and also suicidal ideation going on, and I didn't want to like want anything bad to happen to that person, so I wanted to hold close. But I always felt like we weren't cut from the same cloth or even a similar cloth, and I also saw things that that person will post that made me feel like you're only my friend because you're using me. You want a ride, or you think I have X amount of money, and I think that you're mooching, like you're trying to use me because that person will make it feel like they want to hang out with me. And then if I was unavailable, then I saw based off a post that they would put, you're asking all these people, and now you're upset on the internet because all your people that would have been your ride to that event said no. So am I your friend, or am I just this person that has the means to get you to where you want to be?
Mm.
So that was something that I wasn't going to admit until the big thing happened that I said, okay, I need to have this conversation with you to let you know why I'm cutting you off. And then there is another friendship that outgrew itself that I still to this day have not had a conversation with that person. I feel like what kept us together was the closeness and the things that we had in common, and seeing this person as often as I did is like, okay, well, I can't not be your friend because I'm seeing you in these certain pockets, but a lot of the things that you're doing and the way that you move and the things that I'm hearing is like that's not a friend. But when I think about having it cut off, it just puts me in a mindset of I don't feel like we need to have that conversation. We got, I guess, lucky enough that things started to just separate because of the not having that common space anymore, like hanging out at the same place or doing the same thing every day. But if that didn't change, like if we did have share the same space or same friends and things like that, I would have to say at this phase of life, I would have had to have that conversation with that person. But it just happened that things changed and I didn't have to have that conversation with that person anymore. But I don't think it's a bad thing. Some people come into your life for a phase, and some people are coming into your life for a lesson or wake up calls too.
So that's what they say. They come for a reason or a season.
Yeah,
I've definitely had a friendship that I outgrew and didn't want to admit to because of uh the longevity of the friendship. Like, dang, we've been friends for this long. We can't work this out. Like, it's been years,
yeah,
years. Like, we know each other's family. We're basically family at this point. But it was also getting to a point where it was just becoming disrespectful. And it was like a relationship that I could no longer maintain just based off the fact that you no longer have respect for me. And I'm trying to maintain something that doesn't seem important to you anymore. Like, I literally had them tell me that they quote verbatim, "You are a bad friend." And I'm the bad friend? Wow. Well, thanks for letting me know. But I think it also had to do with going in different directions. And I think that's where like that tinge of jealousy comes into place, because we set out to do these things and I'm doing the things that I said that I was going to do, but it's taking you a little longer to do the things that you said that you were going to set out to do. And you see me thriving and doing these things, and
Hmm.
because I don't have as much time, or I'm hanging out with new people and doing different things, I'm starting to see a different side of you. Maybe it's not intentional, it's not on purpose, but at the end of the day, that's what it turned out to be. And
Yeah.
I had to end the friendship, and it was hard. It hurt. It was like, dang, it's basically like
That's,
an entire section of my life that I'm cutting out of my puzzle. And for a while, I felt like, how do I fill this void? Do I have to fill this in with another friendship? Like, how does that work? Like, am I trying to find somebody else to fill in this gap? Or
hmm
I just move on with my life with the relationship that I already have, and it will naturally just, I'll continue to move on with life. But that point in my life, it was hard, and it took me a while to understand, like, how am I a bad friend? And the fact that they couldn't really explain, they just wanted to. That was the way they ended the relationship. We tried to come back together, have a conversation, reconcile it. It just never. It wasn't meant to go beyond that, because I was like, you already told me I was a bad friend. How do we come back from that?
yeah, that sucks to hear. And it also makes me think of growing pains too. Like, because you said, I forget what wording you said, and I was like, yeah. Basically, like the friends that you feel like there's a breakup with, it does hurt because, like you said, this person was there for a long time or meant something special to you. And then for one of the persons, or if not both, there's a wake up call that happens. And it's like, dang, you really used me or you really treated me like that. And you got to look at it and analyze it the same way you do with dating relationships. What's the positive in this? Should I allow somebody to treat me like this or do this? Is this what a friendship really looks like? And you have to cut it out. And it does hurt because same thing, like, dang, am I going to find another boo? Do I got to go on Hinge? Do I got to go to clubs and meet people? Like, so it's the same thing with friends. Like, how do I replace this friendship that I had that was meaningful to me, but this doesn't fit in my life right now or where I'm trying to go for my life. The last question is consistency more important than closeness? And I'm assuming closeness means proximity. As in what? There's so many different things I think it touches on what we talked about earlier. I don't think for me your proximity matters. You can maintain a friendship, but what that relationship looks like may be different. Like us living on the same in the same dorm or on the same campus, the proximity is very close. So, hey, y'all want to go to get something to eat? Y'all want to go to this party? Y'all want to do that? We all live in the same freaking schedule in life. So it makes it really easy. But now that we have friends in Chicago. We have friends in Atlanta. We have friends in Cali. We have friends all over. We can't be like, hey, you want to go to this party? Or maybe not everybody can make it to such and such birthday parties. Some of us are married now. Some of us have children. We have careers that work different hours. So it's harder. But can we still be friends? Yes. I think the backbone of friendship is the values that you hold at this age. It's not just about your interests, but it's the things that you value as a human. So I will still say I'm friends with the girls that's in our group chat.
Yeah.
I can't hang out with them as often. I don't talk with them even as often as I speak with you, but are they my friends? Yes. When I get married, will they be invited to my wedding? Yes, because I consider what we have as true friendships. Even when we got together last year for Kia's wedding, honestly, I was nervous at first. Like, dang, I ain't see Peter in a long time. What am I going? What are we gonna talk about? This gonna be awkward. But as soon as she got there, it was just like no time has passed. Cause I'm like, dang, we only talk on the phone. What is this gonna feel like? But it was just like so much fun, so great to connect in that way. And then if there needs to be a phone call, like I remember I was going through it in a relationship, and at that time, I only wanted to talk to PC, so I would call PC and talk about it with her, and she's not a friend that changed on me. The only thing that changed is the proximity. So I think you just, different places and phases in life, you find different ways to pour into that relationship if you want it to work.
Absolutely. Great thing is, I was not thinking what you were thinking. I was thinking closeness as far as like how close you are in the relationship, like
Yep, I was thinking that too.
even proximity. Because I was gonna say like the consistency, or I think the consistency will create the closeness, or the closeness will create the consistency. I feel like they will go hand in hand with one another, because the more consistent you are with reaching out, the closer you will get as a friend, or how close you are with that person, you'll be more consistent with making sure that you're intentional with hanging out, or
Yes.
making plans and things like that. That's where my mind was going. I'm like, them two go hand in hand together, baby. Like it's the same world, which is why one of my main things for this year, going back all the way to the beginning of the show, is just being more intentional about spending time with people that I enjoy being around, that gives me positive energy, being more intentional around how I spend time with people. Because I was like, at the end of the day, I don't want it to be like, dang, I wish I would have did more of this, or I wish I did more of that.
Yeah.
Spend more time with that person, because it's a difference between wanting to do something and actually like putting in the time to like be like, okay, I may not be able to do it a few times a month, but once a month is better than nothing. Or maybe we do something every other month, like how you're saying, like we try to plan to hang out, because the last thing you want to do is have the regrets of not spending the time that you wish you would have. So yes, for me, it's literally hand in hand, which is also why I'm trying to be more intentional with how I even spend time with my family, with the proximity that we have of being so far apart, friends or family. So I think that it's important to find the time wherever it may be, whether it's trying to spend time in person, whether it's sending a text message, whether it's a phone call or a voice note or a FaceTime, like just finding little moments. Even if you got a schedule, let's put this FaceTime on the calendar. I'm gonna see your face today. Okay. Even if
Mhm.
you got to do it that way. Yeah. Cause last thing, at the end of the day, you don't want to have the regret.
Yep.
That's what's really really important to me. So I'm gonna journal about it, because I definitely want to be more intentional with just reaching out to my folks, just to make sure that they are good,
Yeah.
and that I'm still here, I'm around, I'm busy, but I'm here.
I'm still here, here, here. No, my last little tidbit is you're making me think of my friend DeQuasia. The first thought, one of the first thoughts that came to my mind after she was gone, like passed, is dang, recently she was dropping off body butters to my house. And I was so tired that I asked her to drop it off to my mom instead of to me. And I wish I would have just like gotten up out the bed and just went to go get it from her so I could have seen her one last time. And that's what I say about work too. Like when you die, I don't want nobody to be like, dang, she was a hard worker. Like, yeah, say that. But I don't want my friends to be like, the last time we hung out was in 2015 or whatever the case may be, because she was always working and tired. So that's why I'm intentional this year of spending time with people, even when I was super tired, but I already made plans. Okay, I'm looking forward to doing this thing. I'm going to do this thing with this person. And just following up with plans. Like my sister in law does not mind sending out a group text like, hey, this movie is coming out, or hey, this concert, but she's not great at planning. So sometimes I have to jump in, like, when are we getting the tickets or da da da. And I tried to not do that with some people, because I did have a friend in the past who's no longer a friend, but basically like saying, oh, people don't want you to be a part of it because they say you take over. It's not me taking over, it's me trying to make sure that, like you said, that we're going to do this thing. And this group chat started some weeks ago. What's the movement? Are we really doing it? Because
Yeah.
I still want to go see Devil Wears Prada. So are we going? Because whether it was with y'all or not, I was going. So am I
Right.
getting a ticket with y'all, or should I just go ahead and get my ticket? Because I know the movie theater about to sell out, or this concert, the price is about to go up. Like, come on, like let's do something, let's say something. So that's where the intentionality comes too. But making sure that I use my time to actually be there with friends so that I make memories.
Yes, memories. Oh my gosh.
The memory box. Remember that?
It's all about the memories. I definitely want to be more intentional about creating memories and taking more pictures and saving the memories. I got to add to my photo wall. So,
Yes. Now we can say if you paused before, that's great. But now you have another time to pause the episode to think about the last time that you checked in with a friend. And if you haven't, why not? Try today, try tomorrow. Think about it. Who would you check in on? What would that look like? And how often would you do it moving forward?
Yes, absolutely. Girl, we keep calling this our mini episode era, but the conversations be getting so deep. All we did was take some stuff out so we can talk longer. That's all we did. We still at the regular time, but you know what? That doesn't mean the conversation is just so good. You know what I'm saying? The conversation is hot. You know what I'm saying?
We're a work in progress.
We are a work in progress. All right. It's not many. It's just a different format. As of right now, we working on it. But you know what?
Yes.
Y'all enjoy it. Hey, that's what matters. All right.
Yes. And at least, y'all, we are still here, here, here. We're still here. Shout out to Tina Campbell. And with that, y'all, that's the end. We hope that you enjoyed this hot topic segment.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's also bringing us a conclusion to this episode. We are bringing it to a close. That's all we got for y'all. So make sure y'all comment in the comment section, whatever comments that you want to tell us in regards to how often you check up on your friends, the last time you checked in on your friends, how intentional you are with spending time with your friends, creating memories. What kind of friend are you? But
Yeah.
also, what kind of topics do you want us to cover for this season? We are open to the ideas, to the guests, to the poets. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up, let
Mhm.
us know. Call us, beep us if you want to reach us, and then give us the information.
Yes, y'all. This was great. I love podcasting with my best friend, talking about different topics. So, even if it's something that we talked about before, times change, we change, our answers may be different, our experiences may be different. So, if you want us to run something back, let us know. We will see if we want to talk about it.
Yes. And with that, go ahead. When they gonna see us again?
Y'all, we will be back in your ears in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening to us. Stay black.
Stay proud. Bye bye bye.